Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Monday. So haven't seen y'all in a little while, and it's been pretty eventful. I had a good training today, and things have been good. But yeah, getting back into this a little more regular. I know I keep saying that, but trust me, it's happening. It's going. So I'm just gonna be here more often, and here we go. So one thing I wanted to talk about was the little voice in our heads, and it's happening more and more often where a client will come to me and say like, well, I'm lacking motivation, or I just don't feel like it, or I don't see how any of this is helping. Like, I'm not seeing my visual result. And the thing you got to remember is, like, the visual result will come, but you can't just be fixated on that right from the get-go. You know, we get to where we are from years and years of habits, and how those habits kind of pile up, and how they kind of manifest where we are today. So if you're upset that you put in a lot of hard work for 4 weeks and you don't have your world hasn't turned upside down and you haven't made all the progress in the world, then don't be mad. You know, rarely does somebody, you know, start their physical journey or their fitness journey and then go like, oh, this is easier than I thought it would be. It's always harder than people think it's going to be, but that just makes it that much more sweeter when you get some progress, because you know you gotta earn it. You know, some people will say like, oh, I just lost a pound this week, and I'm like, well, what the hell do you mean you just lost a pound this week? Instead of saying like, oh, I just lost a pound this week, it's more like, hell yeah, you lost a pound this week. That's awesome. So you're moving in the right direction. And as long as you're moving in the right direction, like, the world is your oyster and nothing can stop you. It's like a pound lost of fat alone is about 3,500 calories burned. So if you haven't been strength training and you've just been sedentary and you start training and doing all this stuff and eating right and you only lose a pound, well, let's also assume that you have also gained muscle, just a little bit of tiny muscle. So you've lost at least a pound of fat and gained muscle, so everything's moving in the right direction. And that's just right where you want to be. You know, it's the slow game that makes or breaks us. So don't get wrapped up in the short term. 4 weeks is short term. You know, that's a fad. If you're in it for the fad, for the quick fix, then this isn't for you. Anybody that's trying to sell you, you know, something quick, or anybody that's trying to give you something that's like, hey, you know, 12 pounds in 30 days, we can blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, you can lose 12 pounds, but it's going to be mostly water. You're going to get it right back, and you're going to be miserable. So stop playing the short game. Play the long game. It's the only way to beat. If you actually want to make lasting lifestyle change, then play the long game. Another cool thing is you have 100% ownership of it. Like, nobody can come to you and wreck your progress or do anything to hinder you, because you have what it takes. You have a floor, you have a heartbeat, and that's all you need. And you have to have a desire to change. If you don't have a desire to change, if you're just like, yeah, you know, it'd be kind of cool to have a six-pack, and it'd be kind of cool to, you know, bench 2 plates, or, you know, squat my own body weight 10 times, yeah, it'd be kind of cool, then I would doubt that you would make it. If you're so fed up, just tears in your eyes, clenched teeth, just fed up with where you're at, and you're tired of failing and failing and failing again and again and again, jumping from fad diet to fad diet and just finding all the different ways that don't work, then this is definitely for you. But yeah, you just need a desire, a floor, and a heartbeat. One of the most underrated ways of getting fit is walking an hour a day. You don't have to change anything else. And if you just walk 1 hour a day, you'll be thinner, and you'll have less body fat, and you'll think more clearly, and you'll have better habits that kind of transfer to everything else in your life. And it just comes from walking an hour a day. I live in Oregon, and so does everybody that trains here. So sometimes people will come up with the excuse like, oh, you know, sometimes it's rainy. It's like, get a coat, get a jacket, go walk at the gym on a treadmill, walk in circles around your living room. It really doesn't matter, and it doesn't have to be all 1 hour at one time. It can be It can be 10-minute walks 6 times in a day. And research is showing that that's actually better. If you kind of split it up and you get up and walk around from your desk when you're at work, that's all that matters. And if you can get it all done while you're at work, then good on you. You can be done and have all your activity in by the time you're even done at work. So there's no excuse, and there's no reason why you can't have it. Yeah. All the work you do counts. There's no workout that doesn't count. So let's say you go a month and 4 weeks, and you only lose a pound in that 1 month. Oh man, I only lost a pound and it doesn't matter, and and I'll lose 1 pound in a month, and so if I work this hard for a year, I'll just be down 12 pounds. But when you look at it that way, it's kind of like, well, do I feel better? Do I feel stronger? Am I getting better sleep? How's my mood? How's my relationships? Like, this fitness journey isn't just going to affect you, and it's not just about losing a pound. It can reshape everything. And it's just like getting the ball rolling. So there's a snowball effect, there's a compounding interest. When we work out and when we build muscle and lose body fat, everything kind of starts whipping along, and it goes faster and faster and faster. Pretty soon, it's not like pushing this heavy rock uphill. It's like you're at the top of the hill and things start just kind of taking off, and it takes a lot less work. But the main thing is building habits. You got to show up when it's time to show up, do the work when it's time to do the work, and not overthink it. So like for me today, it was push day. I did bench press, and I did some dips, and I did some incline flies, and that was it. But it really taxed me, and I've been watching what I eat, and that's it. So I, just like anybody else, have goals. And one of those goals is to get a lower body fat percentage. I'm at 24% right now, which is just too high. Especially if you're a personal trainer. Like, people look at me and go like, "You're a personal trainer?" And I go, well, "Yeah." That stings a little bit, but you can't let things like that get you down. And you just don't overcomplicate it. Show up, do the work, and get it done. A lot of people get fixated on trying to wrap their mind around it, and they confuse the knowledge for the effort. And they go, well, how does this work, and how's the science, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, just stop talking, stop trying to make this more complicated than it is. You go to the gym, or you go to your den, or the kitchen, or the living room, and you do some body weight squats. You do some push-ups. You run around outside. You do 10 burpees on your break at work. And it all adds up. It's like just putting dollars in a piggy bank. And that piggy bank has compound interest. It's growing. It's investing. So before you know it, you're like, oh crap, I ain't got $300 saved up. Well, I can go spend it. And then people go eat like a bunch of pizza and stuff because they lost 5 pounds, and then they just get it right back. So put in the work, do the hard stuff. If it's not hard, then you're probably just wasting your time. And you do it until it pays off. So don't do it for 3 weeks and go like, oh, it didn't pay off, I guess I'll stop. It's like, no, you idiot, keep going. You're getting there. It's working. It's just the outside, thing that we want to see. Like, oh, I don't have 6-pack abs in 6 weeks. It's like, that's not going to happen. Keep moving forward. Go slow. You're going to be fine. But that's pretty much my spiel for today. Like I said, I'm going to try to do these a lot more often, and just, get here in front of you guys, whoever's watching. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, and just trying to get myself out there more and really connect more. It's not just about like getting followers, because let's be honest, like, I am not going to make a bunch of money off of this. It's more for me. And one reason I'm doing this is because I fear being in front of the camera, and I fear being vulnerable. I don't want to be vulnerable because I'm not invincible emotionally, physically, and I know it. I'm in my early to mid 30s, and it's just a fact of life. So here's my goal for 2018. I'm at a Wilks score of 351, and I'm going to try to get to a Wilks score of 415 in 1 year. I think I can do it, especially if I dropped, the body fat. I probably got, a good 40 pounds to lose, safely. So I think I can do that. So my first 6 months is to go through the loss phase of, just simple stuff. Tracking my food using my Fitness Pal. 6 days out of the week. On the seventh day, I'm going to let loose a little bit. It doesn't mean gorging myself. And like, let's say, tracking my food, getting enough sleep, and just working out consistently. You don't have to drive yourself into the ground with every workout to see progress, which is a big key. And that's really it. Last but not least, I've been reading a book, and it's really good. It's called What to Do When It's Your Turn, and It's Always Your Turn by Seth Godin. And it's just pretty dang cool. Well, let me read you just some little tidbits and whatnot. Hang on here. Motivation is for amateurs. Chuck Close, that's what he said. So somebody else was messaging me today, one of my clients saying, I'm just not motivated. And it's like, well, you can't rely on motivation. Motivations and feelings are going to come and go, and sometimes you're not going to feel like it, and you're going to whatever. But if you have the habit to back it up, and the beeper goes off at 7 a.m., hey, time to lift. Go in and get after it, even when nobody is bugging you to do it. And just take it, one bite at a time. Start with one set and see how you feel. And chances are, if you put on your shoes, put on your workout clothes, get to the gym, and just do one set, well, now the next set doesn't seem so hard. So just take it 1 inch at a time. You can do it, stay motivated, and tomorrow, remind me to talk about hacking your internal voice. This is a big one. So hope to see you tomorrow. I'll be here, and have a good day. Be well.